videos, Christian videos, it shows someone who went into the Ark of the Covenant to do what? Which word do I use which is less offensive? To help himself, and helping himself is in quotes, to help himself in the ark. And Noah did not get offensive. He cleaned it and still continued. He trusted in God when everybody did not trust in him. I can remember, or I can imagine, not me, let me not say I can remember, I was not there. I can imagine during the Noah's time, maybe we were all, it is maybe in the context of Kenya, and someone is building an ark, and he is telling us that the world is ending tomorrow, just as so many false prophets tells us, and we call them off. How many people could have believed him? He built it alone, and for so many years, he built it alone. Can we find a man such as that, who does the right thing when the masses are against it? Can we? Can we? It's an hypothetical question that we need to answer. Joseph, I've also given the example of Joseph. Daniel, I keep on talking Daniel every day, every night, every day. I keep on talking on Daniel. Job did it. Actually, Job telling him, why don't you use this God of yours and die? Do it. Trusted fully in God. A man who was to teach the world of what was right. And in good time, time really vindicated him. On the third day, what was the heading of the third day? Show yourself. Show yourself a man. Show yourself a man. When I was growing up, and I was born in a family of 4 members. 4 members. Now, these people of ours, this sibling of ours, 2 years apart and 1 year apart. So we used to fight a lot. So you know the sibling thing, we used to fight a lot. And I always used to cry, especially when my sister, who is older than me, used to punish me. By then I used to punish me by reducing the portion of my food. And I really used to cry. And my mom could come and tell me, now why are you crying? A whole man. I was not old by then. I was just a child. Why are you crying? Show yourself a man. And now, I really thank God for the guys who came up with the armor theme of the week headings. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. Show yourself a man. Now, this is an order that dying King David is giving to his son Solomon. He tells him, show yourself a man. And by telling him, show yourself a man, he is telling him, be a man. Be of courage. Be a responsible man. Be an accountable man. Are you someone who takes accountability? Are you someone who is responsible? Or you're a person who shifts blames where they suit you? A real man is a man who takes accountability. And I was reading somewhere, you remember David taking whose wife? David took whose wife? Actually, David was in a balcony somewhere. I think he was there in a balcony somewhere. And he looked down and he saw a very beautiful wife taking a bath. What did he say? Yeah? What did he say? He said he wanted, he said to his men, the men who surround us, he said to his men, I want that lady. What did his men do? They organized for the husband of that woman to do what? To go to them. And they gave good instruction that when this man goes to war, do what? Muweke wapi? In the front so that he was killed. And it happened that he was killed, and David took this woman and they got a son. God punished him through killing the son. What David cried to God. He was really merciful. He cried to God. He even walked in sacks. He cried to God. My statement here means that a man whose heart God can depend is not a man who never falls. Is a man who never fails to return after the fall. Did you get my statement? A man who is after the heart of God is not a man who never sins. It is a man who returns after even the fall or the sin. It's a man who constantly comes to Christ. Fall and now remain down there because you fell. Wake up. Go back to God. Talk to him. David talked to him and he was forgiven. It's a man who never fails. But it's a man who goes back again and again and again and again, reminding God of his own weaknesses, reminding God of all his shortcomings, and telling him, here I am. Again, I fell. I fell again, but I come. May you lift me up. I come again. I fell. May the blood that you shed on the cross cleanse and make me whole again. It's a man who falls and goes back to God. Then on the fourth day, you learned about Christ, charactered man. But we cannot be good students of the Bible if you do not know what you learned on Thursday. So characters that a man is measured by, I've already said them, that it's a man who needs to be trustworthy. It's a man who needs to be faithful. It's a man who needs to be worthy. It's a man who comes back to God time and time and time again. And now day 5, and that is where I climax my sermon. On day 5, you looked at, can we find a man like this? So I asked the ladies, when you asked yourself, because it was a men's Sabbath, by the way, I expected that these guys could have gotten ribbons so that watuweke ribbons. Mngetuwekea ribbons bwana Ian. Zinavaliwa jioni? Oh, they're coming? Okay. Now, as you asked yourself this question, can we find a man like this? Which answer did you get? Ruth, which answer did you get? Now, as you ran through all that, did you see such a man in your church? Yeah? Did you? Nobody is going to victimize you after this, by the way. This is like parliament where you say something and nobody holds you accountable to it. You can even say something to the president and nobody will take you to court. Did you see such a man? Rather of the checklist, in that checklist. Did you see such a man? Arolida kwa wapi? Arolida ni nani? Oh, did you see these things in your Amolida? Yeah? Anajaribu, si ndio? By the end of the 4-year course atakuwa amejirainisha kabisa, si ndio? And he will be an Adventist man, a man that we can depend on. That's true. And I hope when it comes to the Sabbath of the ladies, we will also be asking ourselves these questions, so that na sisi tugeji kwa hii checklist yetu, did they meet the maximum? How many did they get? Answer sijui kama itakuwa ni kweli ama ni uongo. So ladies, start working on mapema ndio tukifika hapo tusiaibike, si ni sawa? Yeah. So can we find a man like this? Genesis 41 verses 38. Now, this is the story that I begin with, and it is the story that I want us to end with. Joseph is in Egypt, and he is in Egypt. By the way, he has been sold by his brothers, and he is in Egypt. And I don't know why Potiphar's wife wanted Joseph and not the other prisoners. What could be the factors of Ongundi? He was handsome. He was tall. He was tall. He was dark. Okay? He was. But then, let me not say that, it's controversial. He was dark. Maybe he had 6 packs. Maybe the wallet was heavier. Because right now we don't